To challenge younger creatives from every corner of the communications industry, Nigerian youngsters Ngozi Uwafili and Quadri Abolaji seized a golden opportunity to showcase their creative talent on the global stage in France. Now, coming off the back of the local Young Lions competitions organized by Cannes Lions Festival representatives, the Young Lions competitors from Nigeria were among the top 6 teams in the world who shone at the Cannes Lions Festival, International Festival of Creativity, each focusing on a different theme but all following the same structure. Ngozi Uwafili and Quadri Abolaji join us now to speak on their exploits and their journey to being shortlisted as the only African team in the recently concluded competition. It's good to have you here on Newsday. Congratulations to you both. Wow, okay. And I can see you guys are representing. You came in your white and green. I like that. I like that. You're staying true to the core, patriotic. Yeah. Can you just share a bit of your journey, the experience, what it was like, representing Africa and then now being the only ones, to be shortlisted for this particular award?
It was really amazing. I'd like to express what the festival is all about. It's a festival of creativity. Mm-hmm. You can call it the Olympics of Cannes. It's that big, yeah. So it's where creative minds come together to showcase the best works globally. It was a very insightful and eye-opening event for me, and courtesy of OMD, there was a national leg which we had to go through a competition in-house. Afterwards, we won, and this led to the global competition. So it's a global platform that gives you the opportunity to meet with great, iconic thought leaders in the advertising and communications industry.
All right, fantastic. Now let's come to you, Quadri. As the only African team that was shortlisted, did you feel the additional pressure when it came to responsibility of representing the continent?
Well, I won't say much. I won't say there is any pressure like that because already in-house in OMD, should I say we've been trained because we started the competition in-house because talents under 30 were put together, given the global standard brief to attempt, and the best came out. So myself and Ngozi won the national leg of the competition, then represent West and Central Africa. When we got there, we saw, of course, a lot of white people, the percentage, about 90 to 10%. Wow. But, when we received the brief, we're like, come on, let's give them the African energy and vibe. Let's show them we can do this.
So you didn't feel pressure? You felt...
No pressure. We feel like, okay, let's go, toe-to-toe. We are ready.
I love that. I love that energy. Yeah. And I am so proud because, there's so much negativity that seems to be, shrouding the country and the continent. So this is really, positive news coming from the both of you. So can you speak to us more about the process? Because you talk about it's a competition about creativity. What exactly, anybody that is watching this that is trying to understand, what exactly do you need to do? What's the process like? How did OMD help you prepare for it exactly? We'll start, of course, with you.
All right. One prominent structure, or one prominent culture, rather, about OMD is that they take the time to train their staff. So earlier this year, we started the OMD Academy in January. And the academy was basically to equip young talents within the house on basic media knowledge. And then we moved on to, we were being enrolled for the digital marketing bootcamp by Q2. In addition to that, we also had mentors within the OMD space that actually took us through. Their tutelage was very helpful during the internal competition. After the internal competition, we proceeded to the national competition, and we won the national competition to represent West and Central Africa. So we had that support from the group, from the OMD Academy to the digital bootcamp, to the tutelage from our mentors. And I would like to say that our mentors are people who have actually won Young Lions competition, both nationally and globally. And, OMD has, been at the fore. And for the past 12 years, they've actually produced representatives for the Cannes Young Lions competition.
I'd like him to answer the second part of my question, which
Okay.
is really trying to understand exactly what are you presenting? What exactly, you think about, if it's a press and debate, you're doing it a debate. If it's art, so when you say creativity, what exactly are you presenting, in that kind of competition?
This is how it works. So you get a brief, an NGO-related brief. So the one we got in Cannes is us addressing the problem of masculinity. The way advertisement and media has portrayed success to young men. So, people see success as having a lot of money, having cars, wealth, houses, and all that. Meanwhile, success to people is happiness and fulfillment. So they want us to, change the narrative to redefine this definition. So that's what we did. So they give us that brief. We came up with a powerful strategy to, redefine this to people. And so we came up with something we call the happy coin. So, we created the happy coin to quantify people's definition of success. And that got us here. Plus our African story. Like you mentioned before about the negativity of the country and all that. So we told our story. Okay, because of this portrayal of success, young men thought, oh, if they don't achieve this, they are not there yet. So, and most of them now turn into doing a lot of things, scamming and all that. So we told them, back in West Africa, because of all these pressures, a lot of people are into this and that, and the judges were like, oh, really? So they got it, and that got us here.
Fantastic. Coming back to you, Ngozi, since there was both of you did justice to that question. When you obviously take Nigeria to the world in this case, what do you, from your perception, what do you think are what do you think we need to actually take from the creative industry to the global stage to get more recognition that is our edge from what you experienced from here, or there, I should say?
All right. First, I'd like to say it would be the Africanness of our story and the originality within. Being that it's a global stage, or being that we were on a global stage, didn't rob us of our originality. So when we were responding to the brief, we made sure that our originality and the Africanness came to fore. So I would say that in going to a global stage or anywhere outside Nigeria, we should put forth our originality in every aspect and in every sector. Yeah.
All right then. At this point, I'm thinking maybe I should just remove my earpiece and come and start working at OMD, because it seems as if they are it's something that they are very intentional about, and that's where I'm going with this question. But it's called the Cannes Young Lion. So what's the age group? Is it something that there's a cutoff mark for the age, or if there's anybody that is at home now thinking that they themselves can maybe be part of this next time? What's the best way to get involved, and what's the criteria behind it?
So it's under 30, so you have to be below 30 years, and I think you have to be working in a media agency.
Okay.
So, and you have to enroll. So there is a local leg of the competition, I think with Chini. So once you enroll, you get the brief, you respond. If you win, then you represent your country or the region.
If you could make any adjustment to the process since you've gone through it, it doesn't have to be negative, but if you could do any edits, what would that tweaks? Whether it's the age, or writing off people that are
bring the age up now. Those above 30 are young at heart.
Exactly. Thank you. So, based on that premise, if you could make adjustments, Ngozi, what would those adjustments be?
I think they should have their reason why it's under 30. If I would have to make any adjustments to the process, it would be that the competition or the festival lasts longer, because it was 1 week and it was too short because the fun ended so soon.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
I'll say the timeline too. So once you get the brief, you only have 24 hours.
Yeah, to respond to it.
Wow. You have just 24 hours to respond.
And your deliverable is what? Is it a video? Is it like a...
It's a PowerPoint presentation.
A 10-page PowerPoint presentation.
So 10 slides.
So what's next for you now that you've added this achievement to your to your life? What's next for you, Ngozi? Let's go with Ngozi first.
So I've learned a lot. I've unlearned, I've relearned. So it's for me to take that knowledge from the global space and, you know, make it locally relevant as I, you know, do my job for my clients.
And you, Quadri?
Well, first, let me brag.
If you do say so yourself.
Yeah,
go
so
ahead.
let me brag. So having been one of the best, having one of the best 6 works now because one of the top 6 young media strategists in the world, and you know, with that bragging rights, there's a, you know, bringing those knowledge and infusing them for in a local relevance way for our clients. So
No, you're talking about bragging, but let's go with the opposite. What was the most humbling experience in this process?
What was this?
Turnaround time?
When we're looking for the idea, when we're thinking, man, the brainstorming session, man.
Some people were crying.
The idea will come, you'll be like, no, this is not it. Another will come like, oh, no, oh, someone would have thought of this. You know, you second guess, and then when this idea came, we're like, okay, this is it.
Was there any idea that came up that maybe one person felt very strongly about, but then the other person was like, no, because I can imagine there must have been a bit of tension. But then definitely the one that you both agreed on was, of course, what brought you here. But let's talk about, would I say the most, the best feedback or the most impactful feedback that you got from the judges that, you know, is something that you, outside of even winning, is something that you hold dear and you know you would probably use again in the future for campaigns that you would be working on?
So I'll start with storytelling. That's the first thing they told us, like, oh, okay, the storytelling aspects, that didn't leave. So after we left, they were like, oh, this story of West Africa, because none of these people have been to West Africa before. So we just had to let them know, okay, this is how it is back home. So I think that helped us.
Yes, so the importance of storytelling in the media space. What about you?
The fact that we had to reward people for telling their own success story. So it still revolves around success stories. So the idea, because we had an opportunity to meet back with the judges and, you know, ask them what stood out for them as regards our work. And they said it was the fact that we were able to find a way to reward people for being true to them.
Now, when it comes to paying it forward, you've had this experience, you've gained bragging rights. I'm looking at who's talking about bragging. Do you see yourself putting something similar together in terms of not replicating your experience for others, but if you were going to try to pay forward, what would that look like for you?
Okay, so because of the kind of agency Media Reach OMD is, I think that's possible because we've had a lot of success story. To me, what success is to me, if I tell you, you might be like,
Tell us.
Okay, so I'll tell you, I started in OMD as an office assistant. So that's success story for me. And here I am today. So I think that will inspire a lot of people too. And yeah.
Ngozi?
So if I'm to replicate this experience for other people out there, it would be maybe giving them a creative brief to come up with a film that, you know, would have great impact in people's lives.
Right, then I think that's a good place to end it. Thank you so much and congratulations once again.
Thank
We're
you.
so proud of you.
Thank you.